Hello, this is a different day. I want to talk to you today about the videos that I've got 60 or so on here, and I've got lots more. Anyway, I want to talk to you about the elementals, and I'm going to try to tell a little story. But first of all, I want to go back a little bit. I've had some experiences, and I know some people that have as well, all of my life. The thing is that these elementals are very real. They're here. It may be what CERN has brought, but I don't think so. I think they're here. They've always been here. It's just we can see them now a lot better. More people can see them. The chemtrails kind of slow them down a little bit, and that's a very interesting concept. But I've seen the fire from the inside, and while I was engulfed, literally, it was like I was watching a Warner Brothers cartoon of like a dancing match with its head on fire, holding hands with the other little flames and stuff. I didn't understand what I was actually truly seeing, because it wasn't that image, but on a subconscious and superconscious level, that's the imagery that I got. The symbology is how I interpreted it. So keep that in mind, because that's the same images that is in all things. I remember them dancing around me. They were literally holding hands, and I know that sounds crazy, but listen to this story, please. And they were holding hands, and I did scream out, and I remember seeing them, and it was to them because they didn't understand pain of that nature. They've never experienced, they can't experience that. They're just under a divine order. And as I yelled, I guess they were kind of like, it made them happier. They're not to blame. They're not at fault. These are the same things that if you drop a bomb, they're there. See, power can be neither created nor destroyed. When a lot of power in this unified field has to be drawn at one particular place, they all come there, and it draws their attention. So keep that in mind. One man's angel is another man's demon, because there is no difference. The night and day is not divided, and I'm getting to that. These entities are totally pure. They love that which created them, that which they are closer than us to. And they don't know death. They know no pain. They just know bliss, literally. And it's, they don't comprehend what happens when a bomb goes off and they're there. But if we bombed back when let's pick a ghost to fight. Let's say it was the Islamic terrorists back, a few years ago. It's been something the whole time. It's like Scooby-Dooby-Doo, every single time that there's something going on, once we get over there and spend all the millions or trillions of dollars to try to put that fire out, we find out that we're not knowing exactly what we're doing, and that's the way of the world. Anyway, these elementals exist in all things. In Native Lodge, I dearly hold sweat in that circle close to my heart. I've been away from it for a while, but after a round, you in unison cry out Ahomatakiasa, 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 Ahomatakiasa. And at that third time, the door is open and the cool air comes in, and you can lay on the ground, and some lodges will drink water, some are selfish with it and some are not, but that's selfish with it and some are not, but that's unison. And that lodge represents all worlds, it represents all things. And in there, we people that have held lodge, a few different ones, they'll speak sometimes, and, we'll tell them thank you for coming. And they're proud when we sing the songs they hear. And they're proud when we sing the songs, because they've been so forgotten and manipulated and used for things in the wrong way. So when you call them in a good way, they're happy to come. They're there. You'll hear the hawk make its sound. And see, well, I'm not going to get into all that. This is something. But they are there. They've always been there. And every religion that's ever been written down and documented knows this. You know, the occult isn't bad. It's just that which has been hidden from us. See, these elementals of fire, earth, air, and water, and more, it's just, I would say that's like the next best fourth dimension, and maybe it has access to others, but that's, you know, I don't know if I'm accurate with that or not. I'm not here to be a scientist. I'm nothing of the sort. But these things don't understand. They don't conceive things as we do. So they don't conceive things when they bombed the World Trade Center on 9/11. You know, they were there. These elementals, and you know, having a good time. And I saw that. And anyway, when I've seen things all my life, and I'm not bragging on that. I'm just saying that whether you believe it or not, it's fine. Whether they come out in the past 3 or 4 months with what is going on in the world. And I commune with these things. I have them in my photos. I commune with these things. I have them. They come to me regularly. And sometimes I question my sanity, you know, but on that same note, if this is what being insane is like, losing your mind, I wish I would have lost it a long, long time ago. But in the garden, we'll get back to the garden. Let's go back there. You know, they were given Eden, and everything resonated and was harmonious and lived in unity and love. We are no different. Consider this, if you will. What if Earth was Eden? What if the great divide of the heavens, where the third fell, okay, was about control? It was about control. It was about the lack of free will. Because, you know, being that close, much closer than we are, you know, there was a division there over control. One of the angels high up didn't agree with that. And so, you know, they were cast out. Well, in this Garden of Eden, you know, there were placed everything that existed that was beautiful, and it all, you know, the lion and the lamb. It was a unified field existence. Okay, everything within it operated off sympathetic, harmonic resonance, the love of God, and it comes from the heart. Now, please listen. I'm going to talk about, I don't know if I'll get into it or not. I'm trying to keep it real simple. But this deals with inductance, capacitance, resistance. Mayor Amschel Rothschild in the 1600s developed a strategy to control the population perfectly. Now, he had to have knowledge of something from somewhere. And this is where your ancient mysteries come into play, people. Everything you've ever heard about, read about, the fairies and the sylphs and the fantasy world. What if that really is here? And what if these dimensions and unseen realms have always existed, and, you know, now we're having the opportunity as a whole race of people, a whole nation, of a world, of Turtle Island, everyone is having the opportunity to see them if you take the time to look. But this great division in the heavens before we were and afterwards was about this power. And in that Garden of Eden, you see, we were like the elemental still. We had no knowledge of whatever it was that we were doing and how it was affecting anything. We had no ill intent because we were all syncopated in the harmonic resonance. Stop for a minute. Let me talk to you, tell you a story, a true story, kind of. You know. But I know someone's a really good musician, and we go over and he's got a nice collection of new guitars, and he's got the nicest equipment. And, so he's always playing, he's always getting new stuff. He's got a couple of acoustic guitars. He's got this old one, man. I don't know where this thing was, probably around before Johnny Cash was born. But it's got the hole in it, man, where the pick guard used to be, just from where it's been played so much. It's just been used. It's got some scratches and dents on it, man. It's just sitting over there, though. Just quiet. Don't move much and don't get used much, but looks beat up, looks rough, But you'll notice it. You'll see it over there. While you pick up one of those new guitars and play it, you'll notice that old thing over there. Well, that's all the way on the other side of the room in the studio. If you come in that door right there, all his new stuff's right by the door, of course. That ego's got to have it seen. And you strum that G string. on an acoustic guitar and let it just ring, pluck it kind of hard, and bling, and you get those vibrations that creates the sound. It's amazing that if you walk all the way across the room over there, that old beat up guitar nobody talks about or thinks about anymore, it's vibrating too. You see, it vibrates too. It's called sympathetic harmonic resonance. Because even though nobody pays attention to that guitar anymore, it's still in that unity field, and it still resonates. We're all vibrations and frequencies. We're no different from an electronic circuit. And I'm going to try to tie all that in later, but that's how we're governed. See, we always want to govern the power. Where's the power? It's in the government. The government of what? The power. Okay, what if you never needed a church or a Bible or anything else? You never really truly needed a lodge or anything else, but these things manifested out of a desire to honor the Creator, the all that is, the sunlight of the Spirit, if you will. Vishnu, Varna, Shiva, Yahweh. It matters not, Lucifer, Satan, what you call it. It is there, and it has been. But what if that divine manipulation, that divine separation, when heaven, was divided, and the firmament separated, the waters of earth from the waters of the heavens, and night and day came into play. See, a prism was placed upon us of sorts. But when we ate of that fruit, you see, we gained knowledge of the harms and the monstrosities of things that could happen. And it changed us. And there have been people since we know about that, have exploited us to gain power, to maintain that power. And that's what this is about. Don't worry about our governments of the world. That's why what's in my videos are here. We can't control them. We can't do anything about it. They run the wars. They own the armies. So, they're not our concern. Pray for them. If you can honestly, sincerely pray for the people that have kept them down and mean it and realize that whatever happens to them, no matter how bad it is, they were a part of this unity. And, they've been corrupted. A sine wave swings 360 degrees to create a full circle. And at every degree and increments within that degree, you can precisely tell the magnitude of that vector force. God is a vector force, and we are a sine wave. The circle and the cross in the sky, if you see it, look at it, and I'm trying to show you how to see a creation brought to you by the all that is. It's always been here, that we've been manipulated through indoctrination since time immemorial. And an example of that, if you remember the guitar, that old beat up guitar sitting over there in the corner, nobody paid any attention to it, and if you're egotistically driven, like we are, and that's a part of it, the industrial complex of corporate spending and advertising and marketing, all of that ties in. Those are the evils, if you want to know what they are. If you believe in evil, I don't. Everything has its reasons. It's all a way to guide you through this life. That old beat up guitar, and that shiny new one, that's me in my car. That shiny new one, driving down the middle of downtown, crowded main city, and driving by and seeing the homeless sitting there cold, wet, in desperation. Cold, wet, no desperation. And how horrible, how could they? Well, you know what? If we can shed ourselves in the great, and it pulls power out of the air. Literally, that's how this is. Literally, that's how this thing is. Your spiritual connection is the same thing. Connection is the same thing. It comes from the same power. That's the divine spark. And spark. That's the divine spark. The yod. The animating force. That's that coal in that fire. That's the divine spark. when I talk about this and when they're around me, and I think that we're gonna fall.